Have you ever looked at someone in their late 70s, still walking, still smiling, and then heard just a few months later that they quietly passed away? No big diagnosis, no sudden accident, just gone. It's unsettling, isn't it? For years, we've been told that the biggest threats to our longevity are things like high blood pressure, cholesterol, or even genetics. But what if the real danger isn't something that shows up in your blood work, but something far more silent and often completely overlooked? I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to open a door. Because the truth is, after age 65, many of us unknowingly disconnect from something vital, a part of our health that no medication, diet, or treadmill can fully replace. And when that part is ignored, it doesn't just chip away at joy, it chips away at life itself. In the next few minutes, I'll walk you through a perspective few doctors dare to discuss openly. We'll explore why so many older adults begin to lose their spark, not because of illness, but because of disconnection from themselves, their bodies, and a natural part of life they've been told to leave behind. And here's the twist, it's not too late, not by a long shot. If you've ever wondered whether there's more to aging than just getting through the day, then stay with me. Because what we're about to uncover could help you live not just longer, but fuller, brighter, and more vibrantly, starting today. 1. Disconnection from physical pleasure. The silent epidemic among seniors. As we age, there's an unspoken shift that often goes unnoticed, not by the body, but by the world around us. It's not measured by blood tests or visible on X-rays, yet its effects ripple through nearly every aspect of our health. I'm talking about the slow, quiet disconnection from physical pleasure. For many older adults, the idea of intimacy or sensuality becomes something of the past, boxed up with youthful memories and labeled no longer necessary. And not because the body can't feel anymore, but because society has whispered for decades that such desires aren't appropriate past a certain age. But here's the truth. That belief is not only false, it's harmful. In my years of listening to older patients, I've seen how this gradual emotional and physical withdrawal leads to more than just loneliness. It leads to real, measurable health declines. When physical touch, affection, or even gentle self-connection fades away, so too does energy, resilience, and mental sharpness. The body thrives on stimulation, not just mental or emotional, but physical as well. Blood flow decreases, hormones shift, and neural activity tied to pleasure begins to dim. And yet, no one talks about it. Many seniors don't feel safe admitting they still crave closeness, touch, or sensual connection, even with themselves. It's treated as taboo or irrelevant, which couldn't be further from the truth. Just like we nourish our bodies with food and movement, we also need to feel connected to ourselves on a physical level to stay vibrant. It doesn't have to be about sex. It's about sensation. It's about recognizing that your skin still deserves to be felt, your body still deserves kindness, and your nervous system still responds to gentle attention. Whether it's a warm hand on your chest, a soft touch on your legs, or simply breathing deeply into your belly while lying still, these are acts of connection, not indulgence. What happens when we restore that connection? Sleep improves, mood lifts, circulation strengthens, and most importantly, we reclaim a part of ourselves that often feels lost with age, the ability to feel alive. The real epidemic isn't aging, it's the lie that aging requires you to go numb. We were never meant to shut down the parts of ourselves that bring joy and vitality. By rediscovering physical pleasure, not through pressure or shame, but through compassion and curiosity, we reignite a source of health many of us have unknowingly neglected. This isn't about chasing youth. It's about honoring the body you're living in right now, and all the quiet, beautiful ways it still wants to speak to you. In the next section, we'll explore how even solo physical expression, something many people shy away from, can hold powerful benefits for your brain, your heart, and your future independence. Stay with me. You might be surprised just how much is still possible. 2. Self-discovery. Why masturbation after 60 matters for health. Let's take a moment to talk about something few people over 60 ever bring up, but many quietly wonder about: masturbation. Now, before you click away or feel a twinge of discomfort, hear this first. It's not about being provocative or inappropriate. It's about health. It's about longevity. And it's about reclaiming something deeply personal that many seniors unknowingly leave behind: physical connection to oneself. The truth is, solo sexual expression isn't just for the young or those in relationships. In fact, after age 60, it can be one of the most overlooked natural ways to support your physical, mental, and emotional well-being. You see, when we engage in gentle, intentional physical pleasure, even alone, the body responds in powerful ways. Blood circulation improves, particularly to the brain, heart, and extremities. That matters because many age-related conditions are tied to reduced blood flow. Additionally, endorphins, the body's natural mood elevators, are released, helping reduce stress and improve sleep quality. But that's not all. Studies have shown that sexual activity, including masturbation, can contribute to modest increases in testosterone levels in both men and women. Why is that important? Because testosterone isn't just about libido. It's vital for maintaining muscle mass, bone strength, emotional stability, and energy. Equally fascinating is how the brain reacts. Neuroscientific research has shown that pleasure activates multiple areas of the brain, supporting memory, decision-making, emotional regulation, and even creativity. In other words, this kind of self-connection may help keep your mind sharper and more engaged as you age. But let's go even deeper than biology. For many older adults, masturbation becomes less about physical satisfaction and more about self-recognition. It's a way of saying, my body still matters. My needs still matter. I am still alive and deserving of care. That shift in mindset can spark positive ripple effects: better self-care, improved body image, and a renewed sense of joy in being present with yourself. Of course, there are barriers: emotional, cultural, even spiritual. Many grew up in eras when masturbation was considered shameful or taboo. But the reality is, it's a private, safe, and perfectly natural form of connection that asks nothing of anyone except your willingness to explore what feels good and authentic to you. And let's be clear, this isn't about performance or trying to relive your 20s. It's about quiet affirmation. It's about choosing to remain connected to your body, not because society says it's normal, but because your health, your peace, and your vitality depend on it. In the next section, we'll uncover the 3 biggest myths that keep older adults from embracing this healing, life-enhancing practice, and how to break free from them, one compassionate step at a time. 3 common misconceptions that drain vitality in older adults. As we grow older, there's a quiet danger that doesn't come from illness, injury, or even genetics. It comes from belief, specifically from false beliefs that slowly, silently drain our energy, confidence, and joy. I've met countless older adults who, without even realizing it, internalized these damaging myths and adjusted their lives downward accordingly. The result? A smaller, dimmer version of the life they still could be living. Let's shed light on 3 of the most common misconceptions that rob seniors of their vitality and challenge them with truth, compassion, and possibility. Myth number 1, I'm too old for that. Whether it's about touch, pleasure, or even curiosity about one's own body, this phrase gets spoken with a resigned smile far too often. It may sound harmless, but it reflects a deeper surrender, a belief that joy and intimacy have expiration dates. The reality is, your body doesn't lose its capacity for connection. It evolves. Your desires may shift, but the need for comfort, closeness, and self-affirmation remains very real. Dismissing that part of yourself is like living in a home and never turning on the lights. You survive, yes, but you miss out on all the warmth and color. Myth number 2, self-pleasure is shameful. Many people over 65 grew up in eras where topics like masturbation were whispered, if spoken of at all. For some, religious or cultural upbringing painted it as immoral or inappropriate. But science and mental health research today tell a very different story. Self-pleasure is a natural, healthy, and private act of self-care. It supports emotional balance, reduces anxiety, improves sleep, and can even help preserve mental acuity. More than that, it's an affirmation that your body is still worthy of kindness, not rejection. Myth number 3. Saving my energy means avoiding sexual expression. This idea, often passed down as folk wisdom, suggests that conserving sexual energy helps the body stay strong. Ironically, it's the opposite. Just like muscles weaken without movement, systems involved in pleasure and connection deteriorate without use. When you engage with your body regularly and gently, whether through sensual touch or full expression, you stimulate hormones, circulation, and neurotransmitters that support overall health. It's not indulgence, it's maintenance. Just like you stretch your joints or go for a walk to keep your body moving, this too is a form of well-being. What's most heartbreaking is that many older adults accept these myths as facts, and as a result, quietly shrink from life. They pull away from sensation, connection, and even hope. But the good news? These beliefs are not permanent. They can be unlearned, replaced, and rewritten. Awareness is the first step. With compassion, curiosity, and a willingness to rethink what you've been told, you can reconnect with a part of yourself that still holds incredible vitality. In the next section, we'll walk through a simple, step-by-step method designed specifically for older adults to gently restore this connection. No shame, no pressure, just a loving return to your own body's quiet wisdom. 4. The restoration method. A step-by-step path back to your body. For many older adults, the idea of reconnecting with one's body can feel unfamiliar, even intimidating. Years of silence, societal pressure, or physical changes may have created distance, and you may not even know where to begin. That's exactly why a structured, compassionate approach is so powerful. The restoration method isn't about performance. It isn't about becoming who you were at 25. It's about honoring who you are now, right here, right now, and gently waking up the parts of yourself that may have been quiet for too long. Let's walk through the process. Step 1. Preparation, creating a safe space. Start by making your environment calm and inviting. This isn't a chore. It's an act of self-care. Set the room to a comfortable temperature. Choose a soft chair or bed where you feel physically supported. If needed, have a high-quality, non-irritating lubricant nearby. The message here is simple but powerful. You matter and your comfort matters. Step 2. Relaxation, slowing down the nervous system. Before any touch or stimulation begins, take time to breathe. Deep, slow breaths help quiet the mind and relax tense muscles. Let your shoulders drop. Feel your feet on the floor. This is about presence, about letting your body know, gently, that it's safe to soften and feel again. Step 3. Awakening, rediscovering sensation. Using light, intentional touch, explore areas of your body that often get overlooked. The inner thighs, lower belly, arms, even your face. This isn't about arousal at this point, it's about sensation. Approach each area with curiosity, not judgment. What feels warm? What tingles? What stirs something inside? These micro-signals are proof that your body is still very much alive. Step 4. Focused stimulation. Going deeper with intention. Only when you feel ready, move toward more direct stimulation. Let it unfold slowly. This is not a race or a performance. Let go of expectations. There's no finish line here. Instead, be present with whatever arises. It could be pleasure, emotion, or even a sense of grief for what's been ignored. All of it is valid. All of it is part of healing. Step 5. Integration, gratitude and reflection. When you're done, don't rush to clean up or distract yourself. Stay still for a moment. Place a hand over your heart or chest and thank yourself, not just for the act, but for the courage to show up. This quiet acknowledgement helps your nervous system store the experience as nurturing and safe. The restoration method is not about returning to youth. It's about reclaiming ownership over the body and wisdom you still carry. It's about rewriting the story that says aging means fading, because in truth, you're not fading, you're unfolding in a different light. Next, we'll talk about some of the common challenges that can throw you off track and how to stay kind to yourself through every step of this intimate and life-affirming journey. 5. challenges, and how to overcome them. Embarking on a journey to reconnect with your body, especially after years or even decades of disconnection, isn't always smooth. It takes more than intention. It takes patience, self-compassion, and the willingness to face discomfort without turning away. That's not a sign of weakness. It's the path of strength. Let's explore some of the most common obstacles older adults face when trying to restore physical and emotional connection, and how to gently move through them with grace. Challenge number 1. Unrealistic expectations. One of the biggest traps is expecting instant transformation. After all, we live in a culture that promotes quick fixes, 30-day makeovers, overnight results, 5-minute solutions. But your body doesn't follow marketing timelines. If you haven't felt a certain kind of intimacy or sensation in years, it's completely normal for your body to need time to reawaken. The key isn't intensity, it's consistency. Progress may show up subtly: better sleep, softer muscles, a warmer emotional tone. All of these are wins, even if they don't look dramatic. Challenge number 2. Inconsistency. Reconnecting with your body, like building muscle or flexibility, thrives on regular attention. One of the biggest mistakes is doing it when the mood strikes and then giving up if nothing remarkable happens. Instead, think of it like watering a plant. You wouldn't expect it to bloom after one splash. Set aside 2 or 3 quiet times per week to practice, not as a duty, but as a ritual of care. Treat it like brushing your teeth or stretching before bed, a habit that honors your health. Challenge number 3. Performance pressure. Many people, even in later years, carry unconscious ideas about what a successful experience should look like. That pressure often leads to tension, and tension blocks sensation. The goal here is not to achieve anything, it's to feel. If you're experiencing even a flicker of comfort, warmth, or awareness, you're doing it right. Let go of chasing outcomes and instead stay curious about the process. Challenge number 4. Lingering shame or guilt. This one runs deep. If you were raised in an environment where physical pleasure, especially solo pleasure, was frowned upon, you might still carry those old emotional scripts. The voice that says, "This is wrong," or "I shouldn't need this," may not be yours, but something inherited. When it surfaces, meet it with kindness. Remind yourself, taking care of your body is not selfish. It is sacred. You are not doing anything wrong. You are choosing life. Challenge number 5. Comparing to the past. Another sneaky trap is measuring your current experiences against memories from your youth. But just like you wouldn't expect your 70-year-old knees to run like they did at 25, your sensual experiences will evolve too. And that's not a loss. It's simply a shift. Often, with age comes deeper emotional richness, longer-lasting connection, and more meaning. Focus on what is opening now, not what once was. Overcoming these challenges doesn't require perfection. It requires presence. Each time you show up with compassion, each time you choose reconnection over resignation, you're building something far more powerful than a moment of pleasure. You're reclaiming your vitality one step at a time. And in our final section, we'll tie it all together with a message that may just reshape how you think about aging itself. If there's one truth I hope you take with you today, it's this: your body didn't stop deserving love, care, or pleasure just because you passed a certain age. It evolved, but it didn't disappear, and neither did your right to feel fully alive. For too long, older adults have been fed the lie that aging means shrinking. Shrinking your needs, your desires, your voice. But that's not the kind of life you deserve. You are not meant to fade into the background. You are still here, still capable, still worthy. Reconnecting with your body, gently, compassionately, isn't about chasing youth. It's about reclaiming your sense of vitality on your terms. Whether it's a subtle breath of relaxation, a renewed sense of curiosity, or a deep spark of pleasure, it all counts. Every small act of self-connection is a statement. I matter. My life is still expanding. So if this message spoke to you, don't let it end here. Take one step today. Whether it's carving out 10 quiet minutes for yourself, trying the restoration method, or simply shifting the way you talk to your body, act on that feeling. And if this video resonated with you, I invite you to subscribe, share it with someone who might need to hear this, or leave a comment below. Your voice might be the one that helps someone else rediscover theirs. You are not done growing, not done feeling, not done living. Let's keep rewriting the story of aging together.